Hello Adam, thanks for sending your swing into the Golf Digest Challenge. My name is Mike Richards. I'm going to be analyzing your swing today. Hey, looking at your swing and setup here, the camera's not at a perfect angle for me, but I can kind of make out what needs to happen. If we had the camera a little bit more squared up to you, I'm just going to give an example here when I show you this one. See, it's more square. I can see the exact whole front-on view of you. It's like your camera's over here to the side somewhere, but I can still kind of make out what we need to do. The shaft of the club, when I want you to go over and look in a mirror sometime, look at Brad Faxon. The shaft of the club runs right up to his left arm. Your club shaft would go a little bit more up to the hands, then have a definitive angle right here. So let's start with that first. Let's get the hands a little bit more forward in your swing to start with. Now, as far as the swing goes back, and I think you put on there you have a high ball flight. Well, part of the reason why you have a high ball flight is the club is actually pointing almost to your house too much. Where should the club point? This is Tiger swing. The club should point, for the most part, over your shoulder line, parallel to your target line. Your club, from what I can see over here, is pointing, if it would be, at the yellow line that Tiger has a red line on. Yours would be yellow. So now, what's that going to do to your downswing? The downswing is going to come a little steep, and now you've already released the golf club. The golf club release now has to look like this. You start with the hands ahead of the club face. Hopefully you can see that, Adam. When you swing the club down, the hands must again lead the club face. Now look where Brad Faxon's hands are. They're over here towards his left thigh. Yours have already released it back here by the right thigh. So now you do a big flip. Well, that's great if you're playing sand shots or if you're playing some really high little shots around the green. But the club face just is not releasing properly. So what I would have you do is start off making some very small swings. So here's your setup position. I wouldn't have your swing go much further back than about right to there. And then I'd have you go forward. And when you go forward to hit this golf ball, I'd have you try and emulate how the hands lead the club face over here on Brad Faxon's swing on the right side of your screen. A good way would be, if you can, so you got some trees around your property back here, Adam, go to a tree, take out like an 8-iron, and just try and chip balls under the lowest tree branch. And you'll learn how to impact that thing a little bit better. Your hands must lead the club face. When you do so, you compress that ball against the ground. The ball takes off a little lower. You put some spin on the ball. Right now, you're all high ball flight, losing power. So I'd like to see your hands not release this club back here by your right thigh, and how you get your hands a little bit more looking like Brad Faxon. If you take any lessons from where you're at, that would be the one thing I'd work on, is fixing that impact. Start with your golf swing there. The best place to work on your impact is chipping your ball around the green. And that'll keep that handle in a whole different position. So Adam, good luck to you. Thanks for sending your swing into the Golf Digest Challenge. And if you can, move the camera, send me another swing down the road. Thanks.